Have you ever heard a whisper in an empty room or seen a shadow move out of the corner of your eye? America is full of places where the past doesn't just rest, it lingers. Today, we're diving into some of the most chilling, unsolved ghost stories this country has to offer. Tales that have baffled experts and terrified locals for generations. These aren't just campfire stories. They're mysteries etched into the very fabric of these locations, where something unexplained broke through and decided to stay. So, dim the lights and get ready, because we're about to explore the places where history's ghosts refuse to be silent. Our first stop is the infamous Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Imagine a sprawling, bizarre mansion with staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and windows built into the floor. This architectural labyrinth was the obsession of Sarah Winchester, the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune. After the deaths of her husband and infant daughter, a medium told her that she was being haunted by the spirits of all those killed by Winchester rifles. The only way to appease them, she was told, was to continuously build a house for them. For 38 years, from 1886 until her death in 1922, construction never stopped, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The result is a maze of over 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, and 10,000 windows. The question that remains is, was Sarah simply a grief-stricken eccentric, or was she truly guided by unseen forces? Visitors and staff today report all sorts of strange phenomena. Disembodied footsteps, doors slamming on their own, whispers in empty hallways, and even full-bodied apparitions. Some have seen a ghostly workman in overalls, while others have felt the icy touch of Sarah herself. Is it the collective energy of decades of grief and fear? Or are the spirits Sarah tried to house still wandering these confusing corridors, forever trapped in her monument to the dead? The house stands as a baffling puzzle, a physical manifestation of a woman's haunting, with no clear answers. Next, we travel east to a story that blurs the line between folklore and terrifying reality. The Bell Witch of Adams, Tennessee. This isn't your typical haunting. It's one of America's most well-documented cases of a malevolent entity. It all began in 1817 on the farm of John Bell. The family started experiencing strange phenomena, scratching noises, sounds of gnawing on bedposts, and the feeling of being slapped by an invisible hand. Soon, the entity developed a voice, identifying itself as the Witch of Cape Bats, a disgruntled former neighbor of John Bell. This spirit, known as the Bell Witch, tormented the family, particularly John and his youngest daughter, Betsy. It would pull their hair, pinch them, and speak to them in a terrifying voice. What makes this case so compelling is the sheer number of witnesses, neighbors, visitors, and even future President Andrew Jackson, who came to investigate, reportedly experienced the witch's wrath. Jackson and his men were so terrified by the encounter that they fled the farm, with Jackson later proclaiming he'd rather fight the entire British Army than face the Bell Witch again. The haunting culminated in the death of John Bell in 1820. The entity allegedly claimed responsibility, boasting that it had poisoned him. A strange vial of liquid was found near his bed, and when a drop was given to the family cat, it died instantly. The Bell Witch promised to return in 7 years, and then again in 107 years. To this day, the cave on the former Bell property is considered a hotspot for paranormal activity. Was this a case of mass hysteria? Or did a truly evil entity attach itself to this unfortunate family? The evidence, backed by countless sworn testimonies, leaves us with a chilling and unsolved mystery. Let's head to the sun-drenched coast of San Diego, to a place that looks beautiful by day but holds a dark secret by night, the Whaley House. Often called the most haunted house in America, its history is steeped in death and sorrow. The land itself was cursed long before the house was built. In 1852, a man named Yankee Jim Robinson was hanged on the property for grand larceny. Thomas Whaley, seemingly undeterred, bought the land and built his family home right on the spot of the execution. It wasn't long before the family began reporting hearing the heavy, phantom footsteps of Yankee Jim. But his was not the only spirit said to linger. The Whaleys themselves suffered immense tragedy within the home's walls. Their young son, Thomas Jr., died of scarlet fever in the house. Later, their daughter Violet, heartbroken over a failed marriage, took her own life there. Over the years, the building served as a granary, a courthouse, and San Diego's first commercial theater, adding more layers of energy and history. Visitors today report a full spectrum of paranormal activity. The scent of cigar smoke, attributed to Thomas Whaley, often hangs in the air, along with the faint smell of perfume, believed to be Anna Whaley's. People see apparitions of the Whaley family, hear a baby crying, and feel sudden cold spots. The figure of Yankee Jim is often seen on the upper landing, and the specter of a sorrowful Violet is felt in her former bedroom. With so much tragedy concentrated in one location, is it any surprise that the spirits of the past have refused to leave? The Whaley House stands as a powerful reminder that some places are forever marked by the lives and deaths that occurred within them. From a haunted house to a haunted ship, our next story takes us to Long Beach, California, and the majestic RMS Queen Mary. This retired ocean liner, larger and grander than the Titanic, had a storied career. She was a luxury vessel for the rich and famous, and later, a troop ship during World War II. Nicknamed the Gray Ghost for her speed and color. But her decks and corridors now hold more than just memories. They hold ghosts. The ship is a hotbed of paranormal activity, with an estimated 150 resident spirits. One of the most active areas is the engine room, particularly near door 13. A young crewman was tragically crushed to death there during a drill, and today, people report seeing a figure in overalls walking the area before vanishing. In the ship's swimming pools, which have been empty for decades, guests report hearing the spectral splashes and giggles of children who drowned there. One spirit, a little girl named Jackie, is often heard playing near the first-class pool. Another famous ghost is the Lady in White, a beautiful spirit seen dancing alone in one of the grand lounges. The Queen Mary's violent past as a troop ship also left its mark. In 1942, she accidentally collided with one of her escort ships, the HMS Caracoa, slicing it in two and sending 338 men to their deaths. The screams and sounds of rushing water are sometimes heard off the ship's bow on dark nights. With a history of luxury, war, and tragedy, the Queen Mary is a floating city of the dead. Each reported sighting and unexplained noise adds another layer to the enduring mystery of why so many souls are still tethered to this historic vessel. Our final destination is perhaps one of the most unsettling places in the United States, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston, West Virginia. This colossal stone structure operated from 1864 to 1994, housing thousands of patients suffering from mental illness. In its early days, it was a place of hope, but overcrowding and underfunding turned it into a house of horrors. At its peak, it housed over 2,400 patients and a facility designed for only 250. Conditions were deplorable. Patients were subjected to horrific treatments like ice water baths, electroshock therapy, and even lobotomies. Neglect, violence, and suffering were rampant, and hundreds of patients died within these walls, their anguish seeping into the very stone. Today, the asylum is a paranormal investigator's dream and nightmare. It's considered one of the most haunted locations in the world. Visitors on ghost tours regularly experience terrifying phenomena. The most famous spirit is a little girl named Lily, who is said to roam the children's ward. People leave toys for her and often capture EVPs of a child's voice or see balls roll on their own. In the ward for the most violent male patients, dark, aggressive shadows are seen, and people report being pushed, scratched, or having rocks thrown at them by an unseen force. Disembodied screams echo through the long, dark corridors, a chilling reminder of the pain that once filled this place. Is it possible for a building to absorb so much human misery that it becomes permanently scarred? The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is a terrifying testament to that idea. A place where the tortured spirits of the past are still crying out from the darkness. From a house built to confuse ghosts to an asylum that created them, these stories leave us with more questions than answers. Are these locations simply old buildings with creaky floors and active imaginations? Or are they true portals to another realm? The line between history, memory, and the supernatural is often blurred, leaving us to wonder what really happens when the lights go out. These tales have endured for a reason because the evidence, the eyewitness accounts, and the chilling feelings they evoke are too powerful to simply dismiss. They remind us that there are some mysteries that science can't explain, and some stories that are never truly over. What do you think? Have you ever had an experience you couldn't explain? Let me know in the comments below. If you're fascinated by the unexplained and the mysteries that hide in the shadows of history, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.